What's up, you guys? Hope you guys are doing well. So today we'll be talking about RIOT, which is a sympathy Bitcoin mining play. So Bitcoin is getting hyped up right now as a lot of people are looking at it as a safe haven to put their money into, as the government is unleashing these stimulus packages, which is injecting more capital into the markets, decreasing the value of currencies such as the US dollar. So there are 2 more packages being delivered, maybe one in 1 to 2 months for regular unemployment insurance, COVID vaccines, and then a couple months later there'll be an infrastructure package for electric vehicles, mining, rare minerals, stuff like that. So Bitcoin's been booming lately as bigger investors such as big banks and financial tech like PayPal and Square are openly accepting them on their platforms. So starting this play out, we picked it up on our scanner as it was excessively beaten down from 29 to around a 22 level. So that's like a 25% decrease. And it's been on our watch list for a while as Bitcoin has been a hot sector. So we wait until open to see how it plays out. So we keep it going. We'll watch it a little bit on our 15-minute chart, see how it goes. It recovers a little bit. So let's set key price levels. Okay, we got our all-time high around 29. We got the next supporting, or the secondary resistance around 27.25. Let's see, the third resistance and support around 25-ish. Bring down another one around 22-ish. And then there's another one established near open around 20-ish. And then another one around 18 from the previous one. Sets on January 6th. And there's also another one around the 23rd or 23 level, which was from the pre-market that day. Move down a little bit. Okay, so let's see how it turns out. So it gaps up a little bit right at open. However, we're unsure. It starts selling off. So this is the typical dead cat bounce pattern where it just goes down, recovers up a little bit, and then it gaps down again. So we got to see whether this 20 level holds. If it breaks down below, it could reach down like the 18 level where we could scoop up even more shares for a greater deal, or it could hold and consolidate and even explode back up, in which we would pick up a starter position. So let's see how it goes. Okay, keeps going. Okay, starts recovering. See how it forms like a little double bottom. So let's draw that inside. See that here? Boom. Little mini double bottom that's like going a little bit higher. Okay, let's keep it going. Okay, it holds a little bit. It goes above the 5 and 20 day SMA lines, in which I would personally pick up a starter position. So let's say your max position for options is 6K. I would pick up 2K worth of positions. So that's like a third to 1/4, depending on your risk tolerance. And for the strike price, if you want to be safe, as I like to be more safe, I would pick around the 20 level, just in case it gaps down below there, as the 20 level is like a strong psychological level too. Or if you're more risky, you can hold around the 25 to 27 level, as that's a safe bet, as there are a lot of bullish catalysts coming up. So for me, I just picked up the 20 strike level a month out, around February 19th, as the first stimulus package is coming out within a couple weeks. So that'll serve as a major catalyst. Okay, so now you have 2K worth of February 19th, 2021, strike price of $20 of RIOT. Let's keep it going. We'll see whether this level holds or not, or it breaks above. Breaks above a little bit, but it gets rejected down. So we'll keep it going. Okay, so let's keep it going. Let's see what happens the following day. Okay, the following day, let's pretend it is 8:30 or 6 a.m. where we looked up to see how the price action held up. So and never really breaks above the 25 level, and it kind of consolidates there. So let's see what happens to open. Okay, a little consolidating. Okay, so it seems that the 23 price level is holding strong. So in that case, let's zoom in a little bit. I would enter in another position around the 23 level as it's holding there strongly, and it's above now the 5 and 29 SMA line, and it's about to cross the 48 SMA line too, which are very bullish signs. So I would add in another 2K around the same level if you can get that, or a little bit higher. That's holding 23 pretty strongly. So picking up another at around 20 or 21, 22 would be a safe option, even $23 for the strike price. So now you have 4K worth of calls. So you're 2/3 of your max position sizing in. Okay, let's keep it going. We'll see whether it crosses it or not. We have our notifications set at above 24.9 and around below 23, or if you want to be safe, 22.7, 22.6, whatever you prefer. So we keep it going. We'll see if it breaks above or just holds. Okay. So it doesn't really do anything. It just stays near the 25 level, like it wants to break through, but it doesn't really. Then we have that little, let's zoom out a little bit. We have a little double top action right here, but it holds the 23 level pretty strongly the past 2 days. Little smiley face right there. So we'll see whether it holds or just breaks down below. Okay, we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. So let's pretend it's 6 a.m. the next day, Pacific time. So it consolidates around 23. So we'll see how it goes next day, which is January 13th. Okay, sells off a little bit. However, it holds that 22.5 level pretty strongly. So if you want to be super specific, you can add that in. And we'll see whether it breaks above the 25 level or not. Keep it going. Okay, now it's around the 24 level, around right here. We want to be more specific. You can draw in another resistance right there. So this is where the ABC pattern comes in. So the ABC pattern is a classic breakout pattern. So to simplify things, let's take out these different support lines. Okay, take these out. So A represents the top resistance in which it's trying to break repeatedly, which is around the 25 level right here. And B represents the strong support level in which it is also trying to break, so around the 22.5, 23 area. And C represents a phase of consolidation where it forms kind of like a cut pattern. So we'll see on the 13th whether it forms that. Okay, solid. So see how it's trying to break above 25 but doesn't. Tries to break above 22.5 to 23. Doesn't really do that. And then forms a little cup consolidation right here on the 15-minute chart. And this serves as a very bullish pattern, as traders will come in, they'll see this pattern, the A, B, C forming, and they'll probably load up on stocks in after hours, which they ended up doing, or options right before closing. So there's a high chance it'll break out. However, anything can happen. So it could just try to break out 25 but doesn't, in which case people will sell off strongly and then it might sell off excessively. So let's see how it goes. Wait till, pretend it's 6 a.m. Pacific time the following day. So let's zoom in out right here. Okay, so amazingly, it breaks out above 26, 27 level in pre-market. So we'll see where it goes. Oh, awesome. So that's where the juicy part comes in. So it breaks out at open. Okay, so it starts breaking out at open. So let's zoom in on a shorter time frame. Let's try using the 2-minute charts. Bring it back here. Okay, so it starts breaking above the secondary resistance when it broke down its all-time high around 27.5, and then we'll see whether it breaks above the 29.3 level of the previous all-time high. So we'll keep it going. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit so you can see better. Keep it going. Okay, let's see how far it goes up. Draw little trend lines to better see it. Keep it going. Okay, start selling off a little bit. So we'll draw in a new resistance line to represent it, to be a little bit more accurate. Okay, so 27.5, we'll see whether this level holds or not. Keep it going. Okay, we'll adjust the trend lines a little bit more, as it seems like it's going to gap up more. Higher support established. Keep it going. Okay, then sells off a little bit, forms a little double top. Interesting. Okay, so it starts selling off and even starts going. We'll see. Oh wow. Okay, forms a little double top. It gaps down below the 27.5 resistance line, which was the previous secondary resistance. In which case, I would lock in 1/3 profits just to be safe. So 6K to 4K. That was a 60% move. So we'll keep it going. See how this reacts. We'll see whether it gaps to below the next support, which was the new resistance established at pre-market, so around 26.2. Let's see whether it breaks below that. Keep it going. Okay, so it's holding strongly above 27.2. We'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. Okay, we'll just let it play out. We'll see what happens. Gaps down below it again, which you can lock in another 1/3 profits. I personally did. Okay, keep it going. Keep it going. Okay, it starts gapping up again, so FOMO starts running back in. People start buying back in. Okay, so we'll see whether it gaps above the new daily high of 28.67 or not. Let's keep it going. Let's be patient. Let's be patient. Let it keep riding. We can check in every 30 minutes or so, or play off notifications, whatever you prefer. Oh, okay. New daily high, 28.95. We'll see where it goes. Okay, this is where we start watching it carefully. It's also near closing. It's around 12:06 PM Pacific time, so we'll see where it goes. Okay, then it gaps down below the 5, 20, and 40-day, or it touches the 40 SMA lines, in which I would personally lock in another 1/3, 1/4 profits. So that could be a 70% runner. Keep it going. However, I personally missed that, but good job if you got that in. So we'll keep going. Okay, it's near closing. Gaps up a little bit, in which case the ideal situation would be to lock in profits and then you're good to go. Or if you want to risk it, you can wait till the next day to see how it goes. However, it starts selling off as it tries to retest the all-time high. However, it rejects that, as the all-time high was around 29.35. It's 29.28. However, it doesn't have that much price strength and it just fades off. So the next day, we'll see what happens at open. It gets sold off in pre-market heavily, covers a little bit, it's around 28. We'll see what happens at open, as we can't really sell it. The option in pre-market, okay, starts selling off like crazily, 26.7, just lock in profits. Or if you want to continue, you can swoop up the beatdown deal, as the 24.5 level holds, and it held on Friday. So major keys for this one would be to wait for confirmation of uptrend after the price action gaps down, not just buying on a random dip, as on January 11th, we waited to see the low 22s held, because if it didn't, it could have gapped down easily to like 18, in which we would have been trapped. So we waited until it gaps down below to like 22.5, 23 level, and then it held there. Then we entered a starter position. Second key would be to lock in gains after allowing your key price levels to test. So if it gaps down or it gaps up 10%, don't just randomly sell it. Wait until it tests these key resistance and supports, just like we did on the 14th, where we let it test the new daily high around 20.5. It broke down below the secondary resistance previously established at 27.5. We locked in 1/3, and then we kept doing that. And lastly would be to not get caught up in the short-term panic. So really observe the long-term trend and play off according to that. So for example, crypto is in a bull market right now. So an easy strategy would be to load up on the dips after they confirm uptrend as opposed to constantly trying to short it, as the long-term trend allows it to constantly go up. So shorting it long-term would be a losing strategy, as it will just keep going up. So the easier option would be just load up on dips, sell it off as it corrects randomly, load up on the dips at the end, keep it going. That way it'll be easier to predict and you'll be consistently profitable. So hope these tips help, and talk to y'all next time.